Okay, so I'm going to be going to England soon to visit a friend of mine, Ruby. By the time you watch this, I probably would have gone, spent the time, and come back already. But she mentioned that she loves surprises. So, since I've got a few weeks of summer vacation before I leave, I'm going to use that time to prepare some surprises for her. I just realized now, why don't I film this and turn this into a video? It can be cute, and they're all DIYs with stuff that I have at home. So I've already finished one and started another before I thought of filming it, so I will briefly explain those, and then the rest you can watch me as I go. This is the first one. It is a puzzle. You can see it says Mari Shot on it, which is her favorite ship of a TV show that we both love called Miraculous Ladybug. If I haven't put the videos out yet, they will be coming out. We are going to do a few videos in England where we are discussing the show. And if you've never seen the show, I highly suggest you watch it because it's really good. So this box actually came from a 3D pen. It's not my box. I got it from someone who works at the school. She said I could have it. So I super glued this little fuzzy ball and ribbon onto this little flap that opens it up so it's cuter. And I super glued this page and painted the word Mari Shot on it and did the little heart because it is the ship, and you can see in the little spots the ones around Shot have a green tint to it, the ones for Mari have a blue tint which reflects their eye colors. At the back I just super glued this piece of paper. It's actually the same piece as the top came from, but it's just like the side pieces had flowers. All these papers came from scrapbooking. They're actually scrapbooking papers. I have so many of them because there are so many things you can do with them because they're good paper, they're thick paper, and they work for a lot of different things. I covered the bottom with this cool tie-dye design. So what this did is it covered all the parts about the 3D pen which the box actually came from. So you have no idea, and it's just a puzzle box. Within this box, there is a folded up image of what the puzzle is to help solve it. I tested the puzzle by doing it with my parents, and it was actually fairly hard to solve because every single piece is a square. So it can be pretty hard to find the ones that fit together properly, so that's why I included a full-size image instead of a smaller image. I realized I showed this, but I never explained how I made the puzzle that was within. It was actually incredibly simple. I cut out a piece of cardboard from a box. I printed an image, and I glued it onto the cardboard. I then went onto the back and drew a grid for the squares, inch by inch. And then I cut the cardboard. One thing you have to be careful about for this is when you glue the picture, you have to make sure you glue the entire picture. You can't just put glue on the edges, because otherwise when you cut them out, the pieces will not have glue on them, which is why I have to make sure it covers the entire photo. So that is the first thing, because I know she loves puzzles and the TV show, and I hope that she adores it. The second thing that I'm actually in the process of making is a happy jar. Whenever I have a food that's in a cool looking container, or I buy anything really in a cool looking container, I save the container. So I have this plastic jar here, which looks pretty cool. It's got this cool design, just a plain lid. There's no labels or anything, so it's a really nice jar. So what I'm planning on doing is taking a picture of the two of us, and we only have fairly old pictures because we haven't seen each other in real life in a few years, but I'm planning on taking a picture of the two of us, or maybe just her, haven't decided yet, and putting it on this top. And I'm going to fill this jar with a bunch of things. I'm going to fill it with reasons that I love her, as well as cool drawings, because she loves to draw, so not her drawings, but just drawings that I find online that look really cool and are happy. Maybe some memes, like really anything where she takes it out and may bring her a little bit of happiness because she can use it whenever she's sad. I started with some Post-its, so it's just some normal Post-its, and I took a cutting board, and this box cutter, and I just cut the Post-its so that the sticky part was separate from the rest of it. So I have the rest of the Post-it and the sticky card. So I write on these, and I'm saving this because you never know when I might want to use the sticky card. But on them, I've just written a few things that I love about her. So I just started like seconds ago. That's why I barely have anything so far. There ended up being 43 Post-its, and it was actually a lot easier than I expected it to be to fill them all. I'm going to put these to the side because I'm not going to put them in the jar until I have the photos ready, because I want to make sure that they're scattered. I don't want all these at the bottom and then all the photos and stuff at the top. So I'm going to go print and cut those out, and then I'll be right back with you. And just realized I just printed it all double-sided. Now to print them all again. Okay, should work this time. So the quotes are printing, but I just used this double-sided one as an example. So I just went on Google and searched up funny quotes because they're hilarious. I just picked out some of my favorites and printed them. 9 to a sheet, so they're the perfect size. And I got about 47 of them total. Not 47 sheets, 47 quotes. Actually, one of my favorites is this one. Funny, right? Okay, so it took a while to cut out all the pieces, but I finally finished the jar. So what I did is I cut out all of the funny quotes and I folded them up along with all the nice things I wrote, and I just stuffed them all into the little jar. And then I cut this out incredibly badly and wrote on it the happy jar with a little design that looks really bad. And I had a ribbon which I used to secure it, and you see right here I super glued the ribbon shut so it won't come off. It's not super glued to the jar, just to itself, but it keeps it secure. I then found a picture of us together, and I printed it and cut it out into a circle that fit perfectly on the lid, so it is covering the entire lid. Okay, so because of multiple reasons, I was unable to film myself making the rest of the surprises. So I'm going to go over everything today and say how I made them. Next thing I made is a deck of cards for Go Fish, based on an anime that she loves, which I am failing to remember the name of. I'll write it down here. So basically what I did was, for the box, I printed out this picture and cut it out to fit the square. There was a picture on this square previously, so I made it the same size as that when I cut it and covered it perfectly. I then wrote the name of the anime at the bottom, but I spelt it wrong. At the back, I used the same photo as in this deck of cards. I had the same photo at the back. It's just cut differently. For each individual card, I printed out a photo and glued it on, along with the name of the character. For each character, there are 2 different photos, and for each photo, there are 2 different texts. You can see one has blue writing and the other has red. So you can play it numerous ways. You can play it in pairs or in fours. In fours, you would need ones with the same title at the top. In pairs, you could do it for the same image, for the same color, however you'd want to do it. And you could probably use the cards for something else, but I don't know that many card games, so I haven't thought it through completely. The next thing I have is this body scrub jar. This is a chalk pad, so you can rewrite on it. However, I sealed it so you can't anymore. I wrote this on with a chalk pen that I have, and then I sealed it so it won't be able to be changed. I also super glued all these flowers to the top. I actually have to fix this one because it's falling off, so I'll have to re-glue that one. Everything else seems okay. And for the body scrub on the inside, I mixed coconut oil, almond oil, olive oil, honey, and salt. I mixed those together to create the body scrub. That's all I have with me. I also previously mailed to her a fan fiction that I wrote, which is on my account in fanfiction.net if you want to check it out. Bye! Check out some more of my videos if you have the time. If not, check them out anyway. See ya!